Welcome to the Silicon Valley DJ What to Expect guide for your disc jockey. Whether you hire Silicon Valley DJ to do your wedding, or whether you have a friend do it, at least you'll know after looking at this presentation about what kind of things a DJ does in front of the scenes and behind the scenes. A lot of people's perceptions of a DJ is that it's a guy that just brings a bunch of albums, a bunch of songs, and just plays them. And that is a portion of what happens, but there are so many other things that happen behind the scenes that you need to know about. We're asking you, what percentage of your party do you think that the DJ will play in the success of your party? You're having a wedding, you're spending a buku amount of bucks on this wedding, and you have to think about it. What percentage of your budget have you allocated towards the success of your wedding? There's no right answer or wrong answer here. It's a matter of what's your preference. After talking with brides and grooms after their wedding, they're all happy with the fact that they spent a little extra time and money on the success of their wedding. Now ask yourself, will you have a variety of people of all ages with various tastes at your wedding, and will that make a difference? So does your DJ have an online, customized, detailed wedding coordination planning form? Will they have a phonetic spelling of everyone in your wedding party? As you're planning for your wedding, think about it. Do you need another smaller setup for the wedding ceremony itself? Is the wedding ceremony going to be in a separate area from where you're having the reception? Many times you'll need to have a lapel or lavalier microphone available for the officiant so that your guest will be able to hear. Some of the things that you should watch out for during your ceremony is the prelude music. How appropriate is it for what you're doing? Does your DJ have the experience to know whether a song is appropriate or not for this specific type of an event? The other thing to ask is, can the special music, stuff like the processional, the recessional, the candle lighting, etc., can it be played on cue? If everything goes great and nothing happens to the dress, nothing happens to a door getting stuck, nothing happens, then you can pre-time it by practicing ahead of time and knowing that it's going to be X amount of time. But we all know that something's going to happen one way or another going through there. Not necessarily a negative thing. It just might take a little bit longer to walk down the aisle than you thought. It may take a little bit longer to get out of the room that you're in, especially if it's outdoors. Are there other things that are happening that may cause a delay or taking things off of a timeline? So can the DJ adjust the length of the music to accommodate stuff that happens? It's one of the things that we see with iPod weddings. A good story is that we had a bride was going to get married on board a ship. Well, they played the processional music for her walking down the dock. Well, playing it on the iPod, it ran out because it took longer to walk in her heels down the dock than she thought. So the music ran out, and the person that they had manning it was busy taking pictures and getting into the moment because the person was a friend of the bride's, and it took a while before people realized that the music was gone. You could hear the next song starting up and the person running up there and changing the music back to the beginning of the processional. You just want to make sure that the DJ can adjust the length, mix in the same music again, so you have a seamless flow of music, no matter how long or how short it takes. One of the other things to look out for is if there is an outdoor ceremony, are there two systems? Because you don't want to have a break in music while a DJ takes down, moves, and resets an entire system. It takes 45 minutes to set up and take down a system, at least, depending on how far the DJ has to move it. Do you want to have a break in music from the time that your ceremony ends and your reception begins? This doesn't pertain if your ceremony is in a completely different location than your reception. But if they're even close by each other, you're going to need to make sure that there are two complete DJ systems set up. If you'd like more valuable information, it's available at www.siliconvalleydj.com. That's www.siliconvalleydj.com.